Week 2 of your report of me getting ready for the World Masters in Las Vegas, where I will be giving you, as I promised, 100%. I've always said I will play in something if I can do it right. If you invest in me, whatever way that is, you expect a return. If you invest your time, you expect a return in the form of entertainment, value. I'm going to offer you that value because I'm going to put in everything I can. So if it doesn't happen in Las Vegas, it's not because I didn't try. On the board and off the board, we're giving this 100%. So the first part I wanted to look at was my weight management, my fitness, my energy levels, and get those up. So this is where we started. And we were doing a weekly update on this all the way through. We started at 99.6. We had a great loss on week 1. I said that will probably slow down a lot on week 2 because a lot of this will be things like water weight and things like that. But I've kept up with the same good eating habits, the same levels of hydration, and going to the gym on a regular basis. And I can confirm this week's weigh-in is actually down once again. So not down as impressively as week 1. That was never going to be the case and be sustainable, but we are down once again. So we are down now, week number 2, to 96.5. So total loss so far since I said I was going to Las Vegas, 3.1 kilograms. Now, don't ask me why this looks like it was made on the Sega Mega Drive. I don't know. I made the same graphic with the same system using the same export in the same quality, and for some reason it looks like it was made in the 1990s, but you get the idea. We are down 3.1 kilograms, which is great. That's 3.1 kilograms less that I have to carry around, but with that becomes a lot of management. I'm trying to make a video in here. Why are they revving the car so much? How ignorant. Right, anyway, 3.1 kilograms less. Now, with that, when we're changing weight and we're dropping weight, we've seen a lot of examples in the past of people who have done so but not kept that same level of performance. This is where it's key. Practice more. Throw more through that weight loss and that drop and that transition. One thing I've noticed already, as I'm losing this, I'm getting a little bit more confident in my stance. I'm standing a little bit more upright. The back's getting a little bit straighter because naturally you're going to slouch a little bit more when the belly starts to stick out. So you're going to start to lower yourself. So absolutely, I can vouch for the fact that the stance does change when you're going through these sort of losses, even if it is just the shoulders coming back a little bit more. Just change the muscle engagement. So keep that in mind. If you're going to be dropping weight, just throw a little bit more. Throwing a little bit more is something I have been doing. Now, last week, if you remember, I said it's all just about throwing darts. I just wanted to get the rhythm, the timing, the release, the feel. This week was about ramping up the drills and putting those into place. Now, this is very important that we make sure we're doing the right drills. Now, for me to be successful in this tournament, I feel I need to be a minimum 33% on the doubles, which means if I get a visit to the board with 3 darts in hand, it has to go. So I need to make sure my drills replicate that, and that's what you'll be watching here while I'm having a chat with you. This is me playing a game around the board on the doubles, where we're looking at that 33% minimum. In order to progress, I have to hit a dart at the double. If I miss 3 darts, I will drop back 1 number. So next target in mind here is 7. If I miss 7, I'll drop back to 6. So I've always got to be hitting that minimum 1 in 3 to progress to get around the board. This will force me to play at that 33% checkout rate. Now, there are a couple of bonuses in here, for example. Let's say, like I did earlier on, 3, 4, 5. You hit those in, that'll put a blocker in, so you can't drop lower than that double. But 1 in 3 or you're going back. Now, I think this is much, much more valuable for somebody like myself playing the game at the moment, rather than a game like, let's say, Bob's 27, which I think does have a place in the world of darts. Bob's 27 is a great game when you're sort of just trying to get around the board and you're sort of competing against that. However, once you can comfortably get around the board on that game, it kind of works against you because all you're doing there is trying to run up a score. Now, the reason I don't like games like that is because they don't work on a percentage. They work on the numbers that you're playing. So, for example, if I go 3 double ones and get a full house, that gets me 6 points. I then go to 3 and I miss 3 darts at that. I'm on a 50% checkout rate, but actually across those 2 visits, I've scored 0. So do just be conscious of those sort of things as you sort of working through the games and the drills, you're better off working to your checkout percentages or to your scoring average and building games around your level. I'll give you another game next week where it sort of works around your scoring numbers and again keeps it very much on your statistics. So I'm thinking minimum 33%. So every drill I need to do can only be successful if I'm taking my doubles out at 33%, that 1 in 3 ratio. Can't get around the board if I don't. So a great little drill there in regards to that one. The other things I'm trying to do at the moment is get a lot of board management in there, a lot of things moving around the board. Things like around the world, even with adaptions, is probably a little bit easy at the moment for the level I'm currently playing at. So the one I'd like to do, and this, by the way, guys, is super hard. This is such a simple sounding drill, but when this video finishes, go get your darts, get on the board and give it a go. Starting on 61. Now the reason we start on 61 is it's because the only thing on the board that you can't just hit with single numbers. You need either a double, a treble, a 25 or something. So start on 61. And all you have to do is score 61. Doesn't matter how. Use all 3 darts. You can use doubles, you can use trebles, you can finish on a single. It's not like you have to do a 61 checkout, just score 61. If you do that, score 62. If you do that, score 63, score 64, score 65. Soon as you miss and you don't score the required score, it's over. Start again, back at 61 and build it, see how you can get. If many of you get past 70, I'll be gobsmacked. It sounds super, super easy. What a frustrating drill that is. But really, really good for getting you moving around the board. Something sort of we came up with not too long ago, and I've still not mastered it yet, so it really irritates the life out of me. But great for moving around the board, great for throwing at singles under pressure. How many times do we say, oh, I want 41, and I missed the big 9, or I missed the big 1, and I didn't get a shot at the double. So really, really good drill. Have a go at that one. All in all, I'm having a throw on the board every day, pretty much, for at least an hour. Now, this is where things are going to get a little bit busier. I'm covering the European Tour this weekend over in Kiel, so I'm not going to be able to practice Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday or Monday, because travel days Thursday and Monday, commentating for the 3 days in between. So I'm going to miss 5 days now of practice. And this is going to be moving forward as well, because I'm doing the women's series, I'm doing the super series. So there's going to be some trial. I've got some dates with Mission where we're going to be filming some content there. So there's going to be a few that I'm missing, but I think I'll manage to work around to keep the flow going so we can keep the progress going. More practice partners coming through. The one I'm probably most excited about, James Beaton. Hi James. He's going to be coming down. He's been very successful on the WDF tour this year, so a great person to really test myself against, because he's going to be one of the favourites out in Vegas. So good to go and test myself against him. So we're going to be doing some bits over the weeks. Again, I'll be showing some of that footage and a few bits like stats and things and stuff that we do if we record it on a computer and stuff. So I'll give you a little bit of feedback in regards to how it's going on the build up to that. Shirt. Oh my, there's a lot of you excited about that. Absolutely. I don't come up with, Leon Cook comes up with some of the greatest designs. I just give him the concepts, like the Dark Break kit. This one's amazing. Now, I am going to be doing a limited edition run. If you want to get on the pre-order, jodipayne@yahoo.co.uk. Drop her a message, she'll get you down. I'm only doing medium, large and extra large. And again, like I say, it's only a limited edition run. So like the Dark Break Kid shirt, there's not really a week go by where I don't get a message where someone goes, have you got any of those in stock? I won't rerun them. And that's because it's not fair on the people that got them on a limited edition run. Just because I could sell them over and over again, I won't do it. So if you do want one of these shirts, guys, I'll be releasing the design next week. I understand if you want to wait to see it. If you're not bothered about waiting to see the design, get in touch with Jodie. Get yourself on that pre-order list, because I don't think these are going to last long when they come out. They've got Easter eggs on them, it's a special shirt, and it's a vintage wrestling crossover as well, as always. So that's coming next week. So something else to look forward to. So hit the subscribe. For now though, it's still early days. It's more of the same. It's stay in that gym, it's stay out of the kebab shop, although that worked out quite well for Luke Littler, didn't it? And it's stay on that practice board. For right now, I've got nothing negative to report. The arm is feeling great, the wrist is feeling great. I'm going to start going for things like massages and treatment the closer it gets, just to make sure I'm at my peak performance. I guarantee if this doesn't go well, if I don't perform on the day, it's because of something else. It's not because the preparation was off. I am giving this absolutely everything. I will see you next week with hopefully a little bit more exciting update as we get closer and closer and we ramp things up and we put more and more practice in, do more and more games, get people down for some sessions. It's going to get fun. See you soon.